Um, Hello everyone, is Junaidi here. So today I'm gonna be showing you how to solve um, you know, a code anatomy case anatomically. So that's what I'm going to do today. Just show you how to solve this case anatomically. Um, if you wanna find how to solve for clinical, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the video. However, let's dive right in. So as you can see here, I have a case in front of me, this wording which I'm going to read out shortly. But if you want to know how I got here in the first place, you just have to click on scenario or start and this will pop right up. However, you also have your hints here if you really want to know like how we, what to do. All you just need to do is to click on hints. We also have how to play here. So if you really want to read up the documentation on how to play, all you just need to do is to click here and it will dive right into the page. So for now, I will just dive right in on how to play it, just using the hints. Okay, so let's dive right in. So right now, I have a 10-year-old boy is showing symptoms of high fever, cough with phlegm, shortness of breath, chest pain, and fatigue. Use keywords to find organ, system, tissues, and cells affected. So that's for the anatomical side of things. Or find the disease name, treatment option, or cause for the case. So that's for those that want to solve it clinically. So, but right now, all we are doing is solving it anatomically. So how should I approach this case? How am I supposed to solve it? So I'm gonna go through this scenario. So it says here use keywords to find organ. All right, let's go for the organ. But what organ, you know, what is it associated with? So this is where the hint comes in. Okay, so right now I'm seeing organ here and it's giving me organ dot number. Is that what I need? So it says here this key code shows how many organs are affected. All right, I think I should know how many organs are affected. So if I should type organ dot number, let's just type it the way it is. And as you can see here, I didn't give space at the end. So make sure that you always, at the end of the semicolon, do not give space. Just everything should be stacked. Let's run this code and let's see. It says here, yeah, there are two organs affected. Okay, good. So which means that two organs affected, and it's also saying something here. Right organ, right name of organ. So basically, whenever you see this sign that I'm pointing at here, which is the same with this, know that that's a sign for you to typically write something in this prompt. Now let's just follow this instruction. That is if I know the organ. All right. So it says here two organs affected. Okay, but I still do not know what these organs are. Now I'm thinking to myself, what could be the organ? I'm scrolling to find where I could find organ. So I have organ.tissue here, and I also have organ.function. So it says here this key code gives you the function of the organ and tells you what to write. Interesting. Okay, so maybe that could also give me a clue. Right now, the only clue I have is how many organs are affected, but I do not know what the organs are. So I'm just gonna go here and type in the same thing I'm seeing on the hints, which is organ dot function. Interesting. Now let's try this and see. Okay, so the screen is getting a little bit larger. So what I would do here is to read this stuff up, and it's also telling me the same thing, saying that I should write this to progress. So basically, it's giving me an instruction to write something, and it's probably the name of the organ, or write the, organ or check. But at the same time, I still do not know what this organ is. So I'm gonna read this up to know what the organ is trying to say. This structure facilitates gas exchange, allowing oxygen to enter the bloodstream and carbon dioxide to be expelled. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of clue here. So it's saying that this organ allows exchange, which means what organ could that be? So this is where I could use, the prompt, ChatGPT, or like the Google to know which organ that exchanges gas. So now it's up to me to know what organ exchanges gas. Yeah, let's put it that way. Something like that. You should give me, I'm pretty sure it's the lungs, but it says two organs. Maybe it could be the lungs, alveoli, okay? And it's giving me something here. It says the primary organ responsible for exchange in human body, ex- gas exchange in human body is the lungs. Within the lungs, the tiny sacs called alveoli. So you could see here, lungs and alveoli comes up here for some reason, and it says two organs are affected. So what I'm gonna do is to first type in lungs. So it says here, write organ name. So I'm gonna do this organ. Let's try it. Organ, and let's write in the name of the organ that I saw. So let's go for lungs. So lungs should be correct. There we go. And as you can see here, I've made more progress, 25% anatomy complete. So I still have more to go. Okay, so remember it says here, two organs affected. So I need to find the second one. I want to close this a little bit so I could have more space here. Let's see. Hmm. So what organ could also be it? So remember it showed alveoli on the prompt. Let's try that and see if it works. Okay, so my screen is glitching here. All right, now let's do organ, or you could type, if you don't want to type organ, you could type check if it works the same way. If you don't want to type check, what you could do is to just go off of here and type alveoli or lungs, and it's still gonna work the same way. But I rather stick with the format that was given to me, which is the three signs and the organ hyphen um alveoli, and put the semicolon, and let's try this. You see? Wow. There you go. I wasn't sure if that was the right answer, but it is. So there you go. I have what I need here. So the alveoli pops up. So now we are 37% complete for anatomical, and you can also see that to some degree we are making clinical progress. That is because of, we are basically putting in keywords that also happens to affect the clinical side of things as well. But remember that we are also aiming to complete anatomical, not clinical. So, okay, so now that I have the organ, I will move over to the system. So what kind of system this is? I mean, if you're in anatomy and physiology classes, it should be kind of obvious to you in a way that this has to do with the respiratory system. Of course, it's a gas exchange. So it's a no-brainer. Um, if I really want to know what system this could be, I would use the hints, and then this is what I'll come down to. Just shift it here, and then I would go over to systems, system the options. This key code gives you direct answer. of the system associated with this. So basically, if you type this up, you would see the systems. But what I'm gonna do now, since I already know the system, no need to type up what is on the hints because it's gonna use up some of my coins. So what I'm gonna just do here is to do system and actually, you know what? I'm just still gonna type up the system so that you could see how this works. Yeah, I should type up system dot option just like you saw on here. So just like you saw on here, system dot option. I'm gonna go ahead and type it up so you could see how the response it gives me. Because at the end of the day, you will still need it for that response. And as you can see here, I have the system and it's giving me an instructions on what to write. It's telling me, okay, write system associated, system name. So basically what code anatomy does is have you input the names of either an organ or a system or a disease name. It just has you input those things. So now let's do is respiratory system. Obviously, we all know that. So, but it's telling me to write something and it's showing me what to write. So I'm gonna just go with system, the hyphen, the same thing we did with organ. Remember, you write organ, and then you write the respective organ for the system. Now we are in system, so you just write system and you write respiratory. Make sure that your spelling is correct. Respiratory, give space. Uh, System. And let's try and see if this code is gonna work. And it did work. So as you can see here, let me free up some space. The respiratory system is for, okay, it's telling us what the respiratory system for, and we are 50%, correct. So again, we are learning. And now that we are already done with system, what else can I find? Tissues. So let's look at the hint once more and see what we can do with tissues. And as you can see, I'm not getting a lot of screen time here, so I'm just gonna, shift some of this stuff in just to make space of what I need to see. So we can see something related to tissue here. What else can we find on tissue? So nothing other than organ dot tissue. Okay, so in that case then, we will use that. So we can say organ dot tissue. So we need to check what's going on. And you go down. And as you can see here, it says it's telling me what to write. Remember the way we write organ system is giving me something similar. It's saying, you know, tissue. So, but what could be it? And it's also telling me something here. There are three correct tissues. Some are fake. Interesting. So now it says there are three correct ones, but some are fake. So which means that it could be epithelial, it could be connective, it could be endothelial, it could be intestinal walls, depending. So intestinal, uh, intestinal, uh, intestinal doesn't seem right to me because it looks like what is for digestive system. So I'm just gonna go with epithelial, connective, and endothelial. Let's try that. So the same way we typed in organ system, you type in tissue. And now that we typed in tissue, what else could we let's type in epithelial. We could go with anyone, but I'm just gonna go on the order that I'm gonna go. So epithelial, and as you can see, we are making progress. So correct, epithelial is part of it, and I'm just gonna exit out of this to create more space. Um, so epithelial is correct. You see, guys, I'm already feeling like a detective in this case. So now let's try the connective. Let's try connective. So we go with tissue again, and let's try connective. Okay, it looks like something the screen just shaked. There you go. is correct. Connective tissue is correct. Now let's go for endothelia. Endothelia could also be the my bad. All right, let's try this. Endothelia tissue. Make sure that your spelling is correct, yo. You could put endothelia or you could put endothelial tissue, whichever one that works for you. But I just, since to keep things simple, I just wanna like basically write it the way it's been written here. If you wanna be on the safer side, because sometimes if you write probably tissue, it may work or it may not work. But I just highly recommend the way you see the answers here, just write it that way, no spacing at the end. So that way you can just have a clear answer. Okay, so now let's run this and see. Okay, uh, there you go. There you have it. Endothelium is correct, and we are 87% complete. We're almost there, guys. We're almost doing it. All right, we have what we need. You see, with the little informations that we have, or with the little symptoms that we managed to get, you could see the information that we managed to accumulate all from solving these cases. Now, let's see what we can do. Now we've done with tissues. Let's go with cells. All right, cells that are affected. So let me go back to hint. Again, this is where I use hint. All right, now hint is telling me, let's see here. Hint is telling me something. Organ dot cells. Okay, so cells like the last one. This key code gives you the cells associated. All right, maybe I should just type it up and see what happens. Uh, Let me see if that would give me progress or if that would tell me something that I should write. Organ dot cell. Now let's do this. And as you can see here, I just completed it. It says here, congratulations, you've completed an anatomical case and have earned 5 biocurrency. However, you can keep exploring more key codes, considering you have 9 lifelines left. So as you can see here, I'm 100% anatomical, still 40% clinical. I could solve clinical, but that would be for the next video. But for now, we solved it anatomically and our cases are here, so we've made progress. So if you like what you see on this video, you could like it and subscribe. Uh, and peace.